Hello and welcome, my friends, to another episode of Professor Layton and the Cubed Curse, where I try to recreate the charming world of Professor Layton in Minecraft so we can explore more than before. I am currently in the sewers of St Mystere, the town I'm currently building. I created this last episode. Even though it was quite fun, I would like to go back above ground, so let's head up there. Now, the part of town we're working on today is behind this clock tower here. That's right, the streets leading down to Crumm's cafe and the rest of St Mystere. But before Deck opens the door and shows us the finished build, I'm going to show you the trials and errors that I had to go through to build it. So first I built the courtyard below the clock tower, immediately realising the alleyway needed to go right, not left. But I repaired the mistake and it looked much better for it, with the alleyway now leading correctly down to Crumm's cafe, which surprisingly I built incredibly quickly, and then realised it was puny, like really quite small. Yeah, so I demolished that quaint cafe, then realised I'd jumped the gun on the surrounding buildings as well. I had to reposition walls, change the roofs, and do you know what? It eventually started to kind of come back together. Sort of. Yeah, I ended up doing a lot of that. But do you know what? It was worth it. After I got the foundations back down, everything above that started to come together quite nicely. The shape formed way better than I thought it would. Even the roof started to look pretty good. And that's a mess on the map. And after many iterations of Crumm's cafe and the buildings surrounding it, I think I figured it out.
Another puzzle solved.
Yes, that's right. I think this puzzle may be solved. So, without further ado, let's get this bad boy open. There we go. Look at this. We have the courtyard here, or below the clock tower, where you meet Lucy and a little cat and mouse playing. If I stand in the right position, you can kind of just about see what this looks like and match it with the photo. Sadly, I realised each alleyway that goes off doesn't really match the photos, and it's kind of impossible to do so, but I try and get the most accurate recreation I can with these builds. I'll just say as well, if you guys have any feedback on this build, even though I'm building it, you're watching it, and you might even explore this one day, so please do send in what you think, and if there's anything I missed or anything that could be tweaked just a little bit, I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Please send your feedback in. Shall we walk down, and I'll just let you sort of take this in, the nice scenic route down into Crumm's cafe. Oh yes, the location where we meet Zapone and Agnes. Zapone probably being closer to myself than Professor Layton, but I think I'm Professor Layton. And I think so does Zapone, actually. But doesn't this just look lovely? It looks like the small little cafe that we go to. Really, it's a pub, to be honest. I mean, Crumm is definitely a geezer. He's definitely a geezer owning a pub. And like I said, the alleyways kind of match. We've got the staircase on that side with a little bin, and we have our washing strung up. But even though things don't quite match, it's kind of impossible in this town. It's all a little bit higgledy-piggledy, and the photos are kind of a bit mashed up compared to the map. But I still think what I've managed to do here is pretty accurate to what it would look like. I've obviously had to add little bits here and there that you don't really know if they're there or not. This tree's on the map, and it was quite a nice space filler just to hang over here as well. I think it gives this street a good look, and as we go up to the market, I think that's going to be quite fun doing that. And like I said earlier, the roof, even though it's not absolutely accurate, it looks so much better than what I did before. I don't even want to show you what I did before. I've found if I try and follow like the centre of this building, does this line up with that in the map, then I'll try and match to that. That's the way I've sort of been building this town, is using each building I've made before to influence the next. And I kind of lost my way, but I managed to do it, and I'm incredibly happy with this. Yet again, expanding the streets of St Mystere and getting to wander around and explore the little areas that you never got to see before. I absolutely love it. Well, thank you for watching this episode, my friends. I've been Cobb, and I hoped you enjoyed seeing the progress on this project. If you want your world to be a little bit more bizarre, then maybe subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye, everybody. What did I break? Oh, God.